Hey everybody, Ryan FMG here, and today we are finally going to start testing and brewing around with some of the new cards from Adventures of the Tiny Hero. The couple past videos, I was doing the set review by color, but now we're actually getting to the nitty-gritty actual gameplay. So here's the QR code, and let's talk about the deck. So the first deck I wanted to brew up is a Wesker Uroboros list. Everyone on this channel probably knows that I really like Uroboros. I've liked it from, its beginning, and like when each new set comes out, I like to try the new cards. This time around, it's kind of the same package, but very different because we are adding a lot of the self-mill cards. When I say self-mill, it's basically like Cursed Choice, right? Send 3 cards from your deck that don't have Revenge active to the graveyard. Because mill basically is a card game mechanic that usually you take stuff from your deck or your library and just put it directly into your graveyard, right? You're not drawing it or anything like that. You're basically just self-milling, self-discarding. So when I say self-mill in the future, that's what I'm kind of talking about. So basically we are playing quite a few self-mill cards. We're playing a playset of Cursed Choice, as well as Black Crown's Madness. Yes, Black Crown's Madness can be a little bit risky because Cursed Choice actually is kind of like a, False Throne or something like that, right? We could get some of our big units that we want to get back with Uroboros or some other resurrection spell into our graveyard. However, Black Crown's Madness, it removes those cards completely from the game. So it doesn't help the Uroboros or Resurrection spells, matter. However, it's still self-mill, and it's ramping 2 MP just for 1 MP. So that is still such a good thing. Usually you kind of want to play your Black Crown's Madness first, and then your Cursed Choice. Now you could be asking yourself, well, why are we playing these 6 cards that, maybe ramp a little bit, maybe put some units hopefully into our graveyard and do all this self-mill? It's basically because of Death's Executioner. It's 2 MP. Send 3 cards from your deck that don't have Revenge active to the graveyard. So yet again, this is kind of like Cursed Choice right there, right? Besides, it's 1 MP more, so what are we getting for that 1 MP more? It says if your deck has 10 or less cards in it, so this is why we want to self-mill to get our deck to very few cards in it, give all friendly units on the field Revenge and +1/+1. This is great when we have a lot of big units. We give them Revenge, and then our deck is so small that pretty soon we will be drawing them. So you get a Tyrant for 3 MP that has +1/+1, and that is just fantastic. The other payoff for the self-mill is Return of the Heretics. This is 5 MP legendary. It says return 2 black units from the graveyard to your EX pocket with MP cost half, rounded up. This is still fantastic, just in it of itself. However, if your deck has 5 or less cards in it, give those units +2/+2. So if, you're not really doing the self-mill package, this is just good, right? To get some Tyrants or a Devil back, and, you half them in MP so that you could quickly or pretty quickly play them. But man, if you're getting that +2/+2, that is just extra gravy on top of an already great card. And then a lot of the other package is kind of what we tend to see in Uroboros, right? We are playing our big units, playset of Tyrant, playset of Gore Monster, playset of Devil, as well as 1 Black Crown, because obviously we can only play 1 because this is a legendary. And this is 6 MP, so kind of similar with the Gore Monster and the Tyrant, and this is just a heavy hitter, right? It has Rush, Heavy Push, Spillover, attacking gets +1, and then it kills anything once it takes damage that's 2 or less HP, so this could be a removal spell in and of itself, and that is great to get with Revenge and stuff like that. So this is a very good unit for this deck. Then of course we are playing some removal spells like Murderous Spike, as well as a playset of Fate of the Unworthy, because Fate of the Unworthy is such a powerhouse. That's why it's 3 Fate and just 2 Murderous Spikes. And we are playing Cruel Game. We aren't playing any obliterations or anything like that, since we are adding so many more self-mill actions. So that could be a little hard, but we are just having more recursion with our big creatures. So hopefully we could do some more trades, just with units. And then of course, we are playing a playset of Rebirth, because this is the most efficient resurrection Uroboros type action. And then Living Death, because this is just a legendary powerhouse that kind of makes this deck tick. So that is the deck list. Let's jump into some games and see how we can do. Starting off against a Raging Demon. Akuma's been kind of seeing a little bit more play. We can... I think this is a mulligan. Right, having 2 Death Executioners is not great, but we have it again. But we had no big units. We did have a Black Crown's Madness that we could just kind of, you know, play net 1 MP and go from there, but didn't seem the best. We'll kind of just wait, net MP, maybe play the Gore, and then try to flip it with Devil. We kind of played it at the same time where I wouldn't mind playing this with the in the same lane as the zombie. I think we're going to play this up here to kill the 2/5. And let's just do this, because we have no revenge units in our graveyard or anything like that. I think we just kind of do this again. Right, like now we're basically turning on our Death Executioner, which is great. Because before you have to be at 14, right, to play this. So we're not quite there. Let's play this, and now let's play this. Because it sends 3 to the graveyard, so you have to be at 14, because you draw 1, it sends 3 to the graveyard, and then it checks and gives stuff revenge. So if you're at 14 or less, it will give your units revenge. Ta-da! Yeah, okay, we don't have anything. I like this new rule change because, you know, we don't know exactly everything in our deck. Or, sorry, in our graveyard, so it is kind of nice that, you know, we can't just trigger this willy-nilly. And obviously those dying aren't triggering anything because they are revenge. Now we do not want to play Black Crown's Madness because we don't want to get rid of our revenge units in our graveyard. And especially that we only have, you know, now 11 cards in our library. You know, that's not that much, so we definitely don't want to. I think we just will do this. Oh, that's great that they're playing something. We could do this. I think I would rather kill this, though. We could just do this. Or this. No, let's get this revenge. And also that will mill non-revenge cards, so now we have a lot more revenge, you know, less cards in our deck, so and more cards with revenge. And we do finally have something in there that we can trigger because we must have milled something over. We should have waited there. That was kind of a little silly. And we don't have anything. Something has to die. Well, that's not that, because if that dies, it just gets removed from the game. Don't particularly want to play this in an empty board slot. That doesn't feel that great, but we don't have much else to do. Besides, we could do this, get the devil back in the middle lane, hit them for 6, which seems great. Okay, well, they have to do something. And now, I don't remember exactly how many cards out of the 5 have revenge, but it's quite a few, so this should be pretty easy to win the game from here. Especially because the revenge stuff will go to the graveyard, and then we can Living Death again. So starting off with a win feels nice. Up against Antibody Activation Jill. We can keep this hand, right? I kind of like having like a Black Crown's Madness because you kind of want that earlier in the game, right? Like I was talking about before, we have 2 units. We could just do this. Yeah, let's just do this. Oh, this wasn't great. Oh, well, that's kind of okay. Let's just do this now, too. Because now they still have the Hellbat, so that trade was not great. I think I should have just let that pass, so then they would have to use their detonation or something. So we could just do Living Death, right? To get rid of these two Hellbats and get some units back. I think that's what we do. I think we wait a little bit, see if they play anything in the middle lane. But before, I don't really want to take 2 or 4 more damage, so we'll kind of wait till now.
You think you can stand against a god?
There's no point resisting. Just accept it.
So unfortunately, we are not at the 14 threshold for Death Executioner to work, so I don't think we actually play it. Because then that's just giving them some MP to play with, like, to do the other detonation. Yet again, I don't think we play this. We could play it just to do the self-mill, but since we're at 15, we're so close to the threshold anyways, right? Because sometimes you just use it as, you know, a 2 MP Cursed Choice or, you know, 2 MP Black Crown's Madness with no upside. Then let's just play this. Actually, let's just do this. Before they can do, like... Well, I guess their count is only 2. That's pretty good. Let's resurrect. You know what? Unfortunately, I think we should have... Yeah. I think we should have played a little bit quicker, maybe our Cursed Choice or something. I think we'll just Cursed Choice now. Yet again, I'm going the Cursed Choice route a little slow, and I don't think that that is helping me. We could just do this. I think that's fine. It gives these two, and like this Tyrant isn't great, but Tyrant is like a lightning rod in this matchup, so that's pretty good. I kind of want to kill this just so we don't take any more damage. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't because now... Oh no, that will get revenge, so that's fine. That's actually fine because that Tyrant gets revenge. So that even seems a little bit better. Yikes. Okay, this is getting very risky very fast.
No, I can't.
Yeah. Don't think we're winning this game. Because basically we have to hope that it goes in the middle lane, right? Because we don't have any way to kill Leon. And it did not go in the middle lane. Okay. GG. I think I should have played some cards a little bit more aggressively, but yeah, we just kind of got aggroed out by Jill there. Up against Dark Destruction, we can keep this. It's great because Dark Destruction doesn't destroy anything on face value. It will destroy our revenge units, right? But we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so green-black, probably, you know, Cammy dot deck. I kind of just want to play this. Yeah, because maybe they could kill it before we can flip it, but this doesn't tend to play tons of... Okay, well there's that. We could kill the Sigma, but the Sigma's actually not that big of a problem right now, so I kind of just want to do some free MP ramp here. And yet again, I would rather have the Sigma just be a 2-4 for a while. I think we're just going to play this.
Your struggles are futile.
We could destroy it now. But I think I would rather wait and Fade the Unworthy when Sigma comes back, right? When it just gets bigger, bigger, bigger. Or when they try to, like, duplicate it or something like that. Or, you know, when we drop the other Gore monster there, and it is what it is. That's a lot of speeches this Wesker's throwing around, spreading its propaganda. Let's just play this now, so it flips that. We gain 7, which is fantastic. Cammy's going to be a big problem for us because we don't really have hard removal, right? We could play this to get 2 things back, but no, because we only have 1 thing, so I don't think that that's particularly worth it. Let's just do that because that kills Cammy. This is where I would love to Fate of the Unworthy. Great, great. Well, not super great because they have a heavy hitter play there. But they are at 16, so they are pretty low. I don't think we want a Cursed Choice here, because that would be spending 1, like, true MP. Let's do this. Hopefully it goes in the middle. If not, we can just use our Rebirth. Sure, let's just use our Rebirth. Because this is the time where, like, Cursed Choice is not great, because we don't really necessarily want to self-mill, because we're not drawing into anything. But, like, it is what it is. It's fine. I'm not going to do it here, because I would rather wait and maybe just play, like, Devil once a board slot gets opened up or something like that. And then we will destroy the Sigma. That's kind of why we waited on the Fate of the Unworthy. Just because now, like, a 4-8 Sigma is so much more dangerous than a 2-4 Sigma. I kind of don't mind doing Black Crown's Madness. Because yet again, we don't have anything with Revenge. I don't want to play... Well, I meant to click on it. I didn't want to play that, but I accidentally played it. But, oh well. It actually doesn't matter, right? Because we're not milling. Actually, that's fine. I don't know why I was thinking I didn't want to play it. That's fine. I take back everything I just said. I don't necessarily want to play this because we're so close to the +2/+2. We could just play this. Because I don't think the game's going to go that particularly long, but we'll kind of wait and see. Awesome. Yeah, Cammy gets scared. Sigma was easy just because Faith against, I assume, the Combo Flight Akuma. I kind of want to mulligan this because I kind of want to find a... Let's actually keep it. This is fine. Because I was like, should we mulligan for Fate of the Unworthy? But I think this is a pretty good one, especially because if they do something right off the bat, we can just do like Cursed Choice or something like that. And we do have a Devil, so that is pretty good. I think I'm just going to play this here. Right, like, we might as well. Just kill that as soon as possible. We could do this. Nope. I was going to say, like, this is such a good card. Awesome. And we kind of... I kind of want to bait them into doing quite a bit of stuff here. Maybe now. No, let's see if they do more, because they still have 4 MP. I'm going to do this and to see what they do. If they put something here, and then before it hits, we could still do Fate. Maybe we shouldn't actually use Fate right here. Maybe we should wait. That's actually pretty good. We could just do this. That is fantastic. That's fantastic. Because they are at 15 and oh, I was going to say I think they're playing very cautious, which is going to really work out well for them. But now that they're playing 2, even if they don't pump it up that much, Let's have them waste a little bit more resources. Or their hero power, right? We are going to take a couple hits here, but I think that's fine. Let's do this. I don't really want to take 2 more. We could have taken a little bit more, right? So they're just kind of cantripping to find a way to resurrect one of their units, but that did deal them damage, and that's pretty risky for them. And now we can do Death's Executioner or just kind of wait. Let's do this.
You think you can stand against
Even though these are not very good, but this is very good, right? Let's do that to trade with the Karen. Let's do this. Because we are at 5, so we will get the +2/+2, which is fantastic. Oof, that's really good for them. Drawing a timer. Okay, we only had 1 unit in our graveyard, which kind of makes sense. We were not sure, right? I think we're just going to die to this Karen, unfortunately. Well, no, we do have Cruel Game. But I don't know if we will have time to play it. Thank goodness. Okay, they went for the win. Which was very good for us that they went for the win. Unfortunately, we don't have anything. Right. Like, we do not have anything. We have a Tyrant, which will be kind of, sort of okay, but not against any of their flyers. We could Black Crown's Madness. No, because we do have some revenge units active in our graveyard. We don't really want to do that, and also we don't really want to take 3 life. We could just play this. Okay. We could just die to this, maybe.
behold my omnipotent power.
But they are at 4, so that is pretty darn low. Okay. Like, that takes away their shield, but then this is lethal. So this more or less needs to go in the bottom lane. If it goes in the top lane, they're dead. Okay. Firm but fair. I want to go for the win here. Because we basically need to play Devil and hit for 6 as fast as we possibly can. That's fine. And because we needed to hit for 6 and have the monster to flip. So that was super close. Happy we won that though. Overall, we won 3, lost 1. I like this list, right? Obviously, I'm very biased. I like Wesker Uroboros. But the big question that I want to be thinking of actively is this self-mill package better than just the more traditional Wesker Uroboros package? I think it's pretty good because your payoffs, 1, it's all very cheap actions that just help you to turn through your deck as well as net you more juice for your hero art, or they ramp you. And then getting stuff with Revenge with Death's Executioner and Return of the Heretics, well, I guess it's not Revenge, but brings it back, right, to your EX pocket, is so strong when it's Gore Monsters and Devils and Tyrants and all that. However, the one thing is I don't think this deck is perfect. I do kind of want to switch around the numbers because I do feel like I'm missing obliteration or two, right? Especially against some like, big resonate is kind of running around and stuff like that, where like Fate of the Unworthy is so good, Murderous Spikes is so good, but our only thing that can kill really big units is Cruel Game, and that's a little bit more situational. So maybe cutting out a couple things here or there to do like obliteration or two, or some sort of harder removal could be a good call. But yeah, I'm really liking this new meta. It's always fun to get new cards to test out or see how they fit in old decks or just what brand new decks are seeing play. So, hopefully you guys like this deck and you'll join me next time when I'm trying out some different cards, and I'll see you all later.